Hey YouTube, WYZWIG 101 here. Wanted to talk about my first time shooting my Ruger 10/22. It was like this, and I found out that this BSA scope is a piece of crap. I could not even get it on the paper by putting the crosshairs in the center of the target. I had to aim at the target to even get it on the paper, which is a little disconcerting. So I took that off and I fired with the iron sights, right there. And that was okay. It wasn't until I took the rail off where I could see the sights a little better that I started getting some decent shots. Now, just to preface this, I was shooting at, I want to say 75 yards, which with my eyesight, using iron sights, you get what you pay for. But I did bring my targets home with me. This is the first target, right here. Notice there's no holes in it? I'm just kidding. But that's really what it looked like after I fired about 25 freaking rounds. Now, let me preface this. I was going to do what's called conditioning the barrel, which is firing around, running a patch. Firing around, running a patch. And I was going to do that 20 rounds. Then I'm going to fire 10 rounds and run a patch. Do that up to 100 rounds, complete with the 10 round, with the single round and the 100 rounds. Then I was going to fire 20 rounds and a patch. 20 rounds and a patch for a total of 100 rounds. And therefore that would have, from what I've been told, that would have conditioned the barrel and made it that much of a better straight shooter. However, I found out when I got there, after I started and everything, I was going to use the Real Avid, which is a pretty killer little suite of cleaning supplies, to run a patch with. Let's see if I can find it. And I found out that once this thing goes down the barrel, flexi hose, whatever it's called, to get it down there. Once it gets down there, I was going to try and use some tweezers, or some pliers, needle nose pliers, to reach up in there and grab it and pull it down, put the patch on, pull it back up and out. Just a little bit too long to do that. So since I was already there and I really wanted to shoot it and everything, I finally just said, I'm going to shoot it. So I did. I fired off about 150, 160 rounds or so, and had a blast. Let me tell you something. I enjoyed the crap out of it. I'm looking for the main target. This is my first target. Remember when I said that I had to aim at the side of it to get it? See all these holes right there? Yeah. So if I can get the light just right. So I finally got on the paper right up in here by aiming over here. So I took the sights off, took the scope off, and using iron sights, was able to do that. Now I know there's a bunch over here on the side and stuff. Some of that was actually with the scope. I did okay, I think, in the limited time I had. I may go back tomorrow to shoot some more. I haven't decided yet. my first time at an outdoor range, and $10 all day. You can leave, come back. It's only $10. I mean, just a tremendous deal. $20. No, that's wrong. I'm sorry. $10 lifetime fee for a membership. That didn't come out right. $10 for a membership for a lifetime. Something like that. Hopefully you got it. Wow. At the other range that I go to, which is an indoor range, it's like $110 per year. And you don't get much out of that. You really don't. So, Arizona sweet tea to quench your thirst. This product announcement was not endorsed by Arizona sweet tea, but it's good. Overall impressions of the Ruger 1022 is that this is a fine weapon. There was another guy there who was firing right next to me. I mean, he had a 1022, but his was like from Star Wars or something. He had a nice synthetic stock. He had a bullpup barrel. He had a custom trigger job. He said he sent the barrel. Actually, he sent his in to some place called Clark Custom, something like that. And I imagine what he did was he spent more money customizing this thing than the weapon cost. But he had a target that had a bunch of little squares on it. I got this from Starbucks, right there, Van Morrison. Anyways, he had a target that had a bunch of these side by side, boom, 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 and he was putting 3 rounds in each one, touching each other. Tremendous shot. He was saying, it's not one of my better days. I'm like going, this is not one of your better days. I want to be next to you in a zombie attack. I mean, that's just tremendous to be able to hit like that. And so he said, I take all my 1022s to Clark Custom. And so he knows a thing or two about 1022s. He's been around them quite a while. He loves them. And when he saw this, and I guess you can't really tell very well from this cheap, crappy onboard my MacBook camera. But when he saw that wood, he said, wow. He says, nowadays you don't normally get to see that kind of really nice wood on the new 1022s. So that kind of made me feel pretty good to know that I picked up a good one. So I was very happy to get to shoot my 1022 for the first time today. I was hoping that I was going to be able to, take a little bit longer to do it, which is why I might go back tomorrow and pop off a couple hundred more rounds. I really, really enjoyed it. So that said, that's me talking about my Ruger 1022. Glad you listened. Glad you watched. If you liked it, push the like button. If you haven't subscribed already and you'd like to, please do so. Can't think of anything else off the top of my head. Stay safe and shoot straight. I wanted to do one more thing. Let's give a shout out to Mr. Coop, 1967. He's an awesome guy, does a lot of paracord type stuff, bracelets, keychains, you name it. He's also into knives and guns, and man, he's just a great all-around guy. So I advise you to go ahead and check out Mr. Coop, 1967. Thanks. You'll be glad you did.